Nope. The stream is live แล้ว
Okay.
Hey guys.
Let me check.
Oops. Oh. On Facebook we are live now.
Okay.
Yep. Now about the Twitter.
Yep. We are live on X.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi. Let me check a bit if anyone join already. Okay. Yep. So I think we would not wait. Like I will start with the the recap first. Okay. Let me check the contribution down Twitter.
Yeah, I think we are good, and maybe we wait around couple minutes.
Okay. So okay, I will. Okay. So okay, this one is gonna be our second live lecture of the year, and like it would be our 12th live lecture. And okay, I will start with the overview first before we getting into the real topic. Like so, we are still with the Ethereum consensus protocol, and this one is gonna be our part 2. Like gonna be our second part, and in this talk I am going to cover about the Gasper or the consensus protocol of the Ethereum proof of stake, like or the Ethereum 2.0. And because Gasper like it like a combination of two sub protocol. The first one is the LMD Ghost, which act like a backbone that provide the live net to the Ethereum and allow Ethereum to have fork. And then we have a second layer that will on top of the LMD Ghost, which is the Casper FFG that provide the periodic finality to the Ethereum. And then when you combine these two together, it's going to like to become the Gasper. So in this live lecture, like we are going first with the overview of the whole system of the Gasper, and then I will briefly mention about the idea of the LMD Ghost and the Casper FFG, and then we are going to dive into the what is the LMD Ghost and what is the Casper FFG, and then we are going to see the whole flow of the Gasper by combining the idea of the LMD Ghost and the Casper together. Like and okay. About the recap, like in the previous lecture, we have talked about the CAP, the theorem. Like CAP stand for the C, it stand for the consistency, A for the availability, and P for the partition. Like and it state that in the event of the partition, which mean that when there is a network problem. And the network is split into many subgroups, like and each subgroup cannot talk with each other, so it's like a partition event that partition each group and isolate each group so that they cannot communicate across the group. And when this kind of problem appear, like the distributed system like the consensus protocol have to choose between the C or the P. For the A or the C. If it choose for the A or choose the availability or choose to prioritize or live net, the distributed system will allow for the temporary fork. Like and in exchange, it will get the system will be able to stay online and be able to usable. Like so. if it prioritizes liveness over the safety, it will allow fork and let the system be able to operate during the partition event. And this one is going to be like this idea used in the Bitcoin and the Ethereum. So these two blockchain protocol, like it prioritize on liveness, and that's why it have fork. Why the outer approach for the blockchain that prioritize on safety over liveness, like many consensus, like many modern consensus protocol. When there is a network problem, the system would be halt, or it gets stuck and cannot produce a new block. And you have to wait in order for the network to resume the normal operation. And then after it resume to the normal operation, it will able to resume continue producing a new box. So if you remember this infographic, like for the blockchain that prioritize all liveness, during the partition, each group of the blockchain, like each group of the node, will see a different history, but it still be able to keep operate. And when the network resume the normal operation, it will exchange some information among them, and they will see that they have two separate chain, and we call this a fork. So in this case, we have two forks, and then we have to use a fork choice rule to choose which fork we are going to follow. And for the Bitcoin, they use the Nakamoto consensus, which shows the longest chain, or the chain that have the most cumulative birth. And then for the modern blockchain, if there is a network problem when user trying to interact with the chain, they are not going to respond, and the chain is going to be it's going to halt until it can resume the normal operation and achieve 2/3 of the work. When they achieve that, they will be able to continue the normal operation and producing the new block. And that is the cap theorem. So now for the Ethereum, now it is our main topic here. So in the Ethereum, what we have is that the Ethereum trying to achieve base of what will it trying to provide a liveness guarantee like the Bitcoin. So the Ethereum also allow forks to happen, but unlike Bitcoin, it also achieve the finality as well. So in Bitcoin, we only have fork, and we can have a long reorganization or can have a long transaction reversal. But in the Ethereum, because we also have the property of finality, so the transaction reversion will get stuck at some point, and that is the point that the block get finalized. And that is why in theory, Ethereum normally have the shorter reorg compared to the Bitcoin. So it is like the combination between the forkful chain that allow fork and also the chain that allow for instant finality. Okay. Now, if you compare them, you can view the Ethereum consensus protocol similar to the Nakamoto consensus protocol or in the Bitcoin, just in a rough idea. Okay, so in the Bitcoin, I show in the above picture, and if you use the fork choice rule, the Bitcoin going to the node in a Bitcoin, it's going to choose the longest chain. So it's going to choose this one. Why? The Ethereum, because this one get finalized. Although you have a long chain here, you are not going to choose this one, because if you choose this one, meaning that you have to revert this block, but you cannot revert the block T because it get finalized. So in the Ethereum case, you can revert up until to block T point, like, but in Bitcoin you can revert to until the block 2, or in the worst case you can revert until the block 1, like if you have another fork here which is like longer than this fork, like, and you can think Ethereum like that. You can think of a Bitcoin that have the finality layer on top, but we will see in this slide lecture that even though it quite similar, but the main difference is that how Ethereum choose their fork. The Ethereum does the node in the Ethereum, they are not going to choose the fork based on the most cumulative work or the longest chain, because in the proof of stake, like, we have the concept of staking and voting, so the node would have to vote for each block, and then we will build, and we will convert the vote into the weight, and then we will be able to choose the fork based on this voting process, and we will see it in the LMD cost section. Okay, so for the Ethereum, like I mentioned, like, so the fork property or the main backbone of the Ethereum or the Casper, it is the LMD ghost that provide the liveness or to the protocol, and then you have another layer built on top called the Casper, like that provide the finality on top of the fork choice rule, and that is become the Casper. Okay, so I think some of you might have read about Ethereum, and it might sound confusing if you like starting explore the Ethereum proof of stake or Ethereum 2.0, like, because in the Bitcoin or in the Ethereum proof of work, you only have the concept of block and the fork choice rule and the mining or something like that. But when you shift from the proof of work to the proof of stake, you have a whole new concept. Like, you have not only have a fork choice rule, you only have a block concept. You also have the checkpoint. You also have a slot concept, epoch, finalization rule, some stuff like that going on. And after I like trying to research about the Ethereum, I think that instead of diving to the Casper directly, I think it is more useful for you to like think about the Ethereum into layer or in two step. First, you have to understand about the backbone or the LMD code first, and this LMD code will provide you a concept of like a slot and epoch, like, and the Fox choice rule, some stuff like that, similar to Nakamoto consensus, like I say, but the Fox choice rule is different. So in the LMD, if Ethereum only have the LMD ghost layer, you would have a Ethereum with a lot of fork. But now you have a second layer, like I say again and again, like the Casper FFG that will on top, like the FFG stand for the fairly finality gadget. So the word gadget means that it is not itself a consensus protocol, but it's like a tool or the extension, like, or the extension that built on top of outer consensus protocol, like, to provide the finality to them. And this Casper FFG, you can map it to the two-phase voting protocol that we discussed in many previous lecture that we have like discussed so far, like the Monad BFT, like the Sui consensus protocol, some stuff like that. All of them are two-phase voting protocol, like, and the Casper FFG also use the same idea. So we will try to map that picture into the Casper FFG, and it will fit into the LMD ghost quite perfectly, and you will see that, like, oh, I forget to mention that about the LMD code. The LMD stand for the latest message driven, and ghost stand for the greedy heaviest observed sub T. And it's quite complex, but we will trying to dissect this term in the next section. Okay, and the Casper FFG, like the name Casper is just come from the F stand for the friendly, like friendly. I forget how to spell the friend here. Friendly, like, and because it's friendly with ghost, friendly with ghost, so that is why it's called the Casper. Or if you own enough, you will know this cartoon, like the friendly ghost cartoon. Okay. Okay. This one is just the LMB ghost with the checkpoint. I mean the checkpoint finality gadget here. Like, okay. I think the overview of the Gasper is quite clear now. Do you have any questions so far before I dive into the LMD ghost directly?
I don't have question. Look good for me.
Okay.
Same here.
Okay. Okay, let's start with the LMD ghost, the backbone of the Gasper consensus protocol. Right. So, okay, like I said, the core idea of the LMD ghost is similar to the Nakamoto consensus protocol. That is, like, it is the Fox based. Like, so it focus on LiveNet and allow Ethereum to have fork. Like, but when you use the fork choice rule, like in Nakamoto consensus, it choose the fork based on the most accumulative work. The most cumulative work, or no, it normally would be the longest chain. But for the LMD ghost, it use a different fork choice rule. It choose the fork based on the most weight from the validator listed word. And this listed word come from the LMD, which mean the latest message driven. And the most word, the most weight come from the ghost part, which stand for the greedy heaviest, like heaviest sub tree. And we will see how it works. So we will start from the LMD or the latest message driven. Okay, so it's quite simple because the LMD is that if validator make a lot of vote, we are going to consider or only calculate their weight from the most recent message or the latest message only. So what is mean that if this green guy, if this green guy make a vote, it vote for the first block and the block 1 and the block 4. So when we use LMD, we can discard the first word because we only consider the latest message, and only the latest one going to be considered here. So the latest word is the word for the block 4. Same for the pink guy here. If it was for the block 2, block 3, and block 4, and block 5, the word or the message that we are going to consider for the pink guy here is going to be for the block 5 because it's the latest one. And for the black guy here, if it was for the block 5, so we only consider this one. And it does not vote for the outer block. So when we add them up, the block 4 would get 1 vote and the block 5 would get 2 votes. And that is all for the LMD or the latest message driven. Okay. Now, the ghost part. For the ghost part, it stands for the greedy heaviest observed sub-T. So what is mean that we are going to use vote from the LMD and try to calculate weight from this type of word. Okay, so how does it work? Okay, so how does it work? There are four steps here, but I would not talk. I will use the infographic to explain it. It will be easier to understand. Okay, so for the step one, like the code say that if you vote, like if you make a vote for the block 1 and the block 4 here for the green guy, like, and you use the LMD, only the vote for the block 4 is going to be considered, like, but the code say that if you vote for a block, it means that you also vote for the block before it as well. So why is that? Because in blockchain, like, the block 4 also include hash from the block T, like, and block T also include hash of the block 2, and block 2 also include hash from the block 1. And this means that if you vote for block 4, it is like you also implicitly vote for the block T, block 2, and block 1, like, and that is why you vote for block 1, it also a vote for block T, block 2, and block 1 as well, like when you vote for block 4, like, and that is why the LMD step makes sense here, like sorry, if you back to this one and you use the ghost again, you will count this word twice, like +1, +1, +1, and +1 is this one is going to be +2. That is why we have to ignore the own word and only consider the latest word. Like, now, if the pink guy make a word for block 2, block 3, and block 5, the own word is gonna be this guy, and only this word going to be considered. But when you use ghost, like, this word is going to be the word for the past block as well, and the same for the back guy here. And then when you calculate the weight, you will get something like this: T, 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 and 2. Like, because this one gets 2 words, and the rest of them get T due to this guy and this guy word for this block. Like, now, this one is only the step 1. To see how the step 2 to step 4 work, we have to consider the case when we have a fork. Okay, so let us consider here that each block get 1 word, but this word is going to only apply the LMD, and you have not applied the ghost yet. Okay, so in this case, this guy might vote for this block, and you have a different guy voting for this block, and different guy voting for this block. Like, each unique validator vote for different block here. Right. Now, when you apply the ghost, like when you apply the ghost step for the step 1, and if you consider the block 7A, what gonna happen is that when you consider the ghost, like, this vote for this block also affect the block before it, like, so affect this one, affect this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, like, it affect all of the block before it, but it does not affect this branch, because this branch is built in parallel with the 7A, like, and the 7A does not connected with this guy at all. So you're gonna get +1 here to all this one, and if you consider the 4C here, voting for this block also affect this one, and this one, like, and that's all. If you apply ghost on or off this guy, you're gonna get something like this, like 6A only have +1 because you have only 7A be on top of the 6A, like, to get plus 13 because there are 13 blocks built on top of the block 2, like TB because you have 1 2 T, like you have 1 2 T plus T here, 1 2 plus 2 1 2 plus 2, so you have 7 blocks built on top of this TB. You would get something like this. Like now for the step 2, what you have to do is that you are going to consider only the branch root, right? And the branch root just mean that you have to label the branch or the forks, like so you have form 2, you have 2 forks here, like I have to label something like this. You have 2 forks. The first one is this guy and the second one is this guy, like, and the branch root is just the first block of the branch. First block of the branch is this one, like, and this one, because you have 2 branches. The first block of the yellow branch is the TA, like, and the first block of the purple branch is the TB, like, and let me delete it. And then you have another branch here from the TB, this one, and this one, and this one is going to be the branch root as well, because it is the first block of this branch, and 4C is the first block of this branch, and the 4D is the first block of this branch. Like, you only have to consider the branch root that I highlight in the blue box. Like, you will have this, and then for the step 3, what you are going to do is that you start from the earliest fork. So you have a fork from here, like the first fork start from this point, and what you have to do is that you have to use the G or the greedy algorithm. So what does it mean is that for the greedy algorithm, it will choose the heaviest branch root. So from this one, like, you are going to choose the heaviest branch root, so it's going to choose this one because TB is heavier than the TA. Then TB win. Next, you are going to repeat this step for every fork, like, and next you are going to choose for the 4B because 4B heavier than the 4C and 4D. And finally you don't have fork anymore, like, and the winning fork is going to be this one. And that is the LMD cost. Like, so is this clear?
I think I have one question. I think it's very rare case, but what's going on and what happens if we have 2 branch have the same width?
Oh yeah, you can use some deterministic algorithm, like for example, you can choose them based on their hash. Like, if for this just an example, okay, if hash of the first fork have beginning with A, like, and the second fork begin with like D, you can choose A, something like that.
Okay, got it. All clear.
Okay, now, so yeah, we already discussed about the fork choice rule and how we calculate weight. Like, so now what we have left is that how Ethereum produce block in the real protocol, like, and how validator going to vote for the produced block. Like, so now how the block is proposed in the Ethereum, like, you can think of the Ethereum like a giant clock that tick every 12 seconds, and each tick or every 12 seconds is going to call a slot. Like, so you're gonna have something like this. Start from the 0 second, and then 1 tick, you get 1 slot, and 12-second time window, and then the next tick again and again. And then what is a slot like? A slot is just a chance for a network to, or for the proposer to propose a block here. Like, so one slot, one block, one slot, one block. Like, but what's special about this slot is that in order to ensure the liveness, like Ethereum would not care whether the slot is empty or not. The slot is empty, I mean, a proposer or the leader of that slot fail to publish a block, or it does not like publish a block, so it can be empty, or there is no block in this slot. Like, so unlike outer consensus protocol that like focus on safety, like in order for them to move to the new high, like, or to the next slot, it would have to repeat the round until a new leader or new validator come in and propose a block. When the protocol can finalize the block, at that point it can move to the next slot. Like, but in Ethereum it's different. Like, it doesn't care whether that slot is empty or not. It will keep ticking and produce a next slot and next slot and next slot and so on. Like, so you're going to have something like this. When there is a first tick, like you have 12 seconds for a proposer or the leader to propose a block. Like, and then you have another for the second tick, you have another 12 second for the proposer to propose a new block. And if there is no proposer propose a block in this slot, the protocol still keep ticking and ignore this slot, and then going to the next slot, and new proposer come in and propose a new block, and so on and so forth. Like, and that is how the Ethereum produce a slot and the block. Okay, and I think it's quite obvious, so we are going for the voting process. So now we have a proposer, like propose a block, like in its slot, and slot can be empty, like empty here. So how a validator in the Ethereum protocol going to vote and calculate weight for a block? Like, so in the ideal case, when a proposer propose a block, so what would we expect is that we would expect that in the ideal case, all of the validator like going to vote for this block, like before moving to the next slot. But the problem is that in the Ethereum you have like thousand of validator. If you checking now, I think it's about 1 million of validator. Like, if you let 1 million of validator coordinate with each other just to vote for the block within just 12 seconds, is nearly impossible. Like, because if you want the protocol to have a decentralization, you would not expect the protocol to have like a very high speed network. You would not expect the node to have like very high end computer, some stuff like that. You cannot expect that. So you cannot expect that all of the validator, a million of validator, could be coordinate and vote for a block just within like 12 seconds. So it is quite a hard problem. Like, so how Ethereum going to solve this? Like, we don't want all of the validator to vote within just 12 seconds. So how the validator going to solve this is that instead of letting all of the validator vote within one slot, the validator in Ethereum are split across a cycle called 32 slot. So what it means is that only 1/32 of validator of the validator it's going to assign to one slot. Each different group get assigned to each slot, and this 32 slot call one epoch. And all of the validator here, if you sum them back, if you sum them up, it's going to form a complete set of the validator. So only a subset of the validator here, only a subset of 1/32 get assigned to different slot here. So you would expect that when you complete one epoch or after 32 slot have passed, when you pass one epoch, you would expect that all of the validator have a chance to vote. So what is going on here? Is that, for example, the first 12 seconds, which is the first slot of the epoch, the first slot of the epoch. There is a proposer that propose a block, and then 1/32 of all of the validator will have a chance to vote for this block. But this guy are not going to do anything. Okay, if you are at the first slot, only the validator assigned to the first slot going to make a vote for this block. And when you move to the second slot here, only the validator here, only the validator assigned to the slot 2 going to make a vote for this block. And if you remember the LMD goes, so when a validator vote for this block, it is they are implicitly vote for this block as well, because block 2 built on top of block 1. So this means that block 1 also get vote from this validator as well. And now, if there is a case in the slot T, if a proposer here, is missing and he is not proposed a new block. So what going to happen is that this validator, what they have to do is that it will vote for the head, and the head I mean is that the latest block that they see. So the latest block is going to be the block 2. And this guy, because it cannot vote for the block in slot T because there are there is no block here, so it have to vote for the block at slot 2. And also again, this guy vote also affect the vote for the block 2 and the block 1 as well. And another case, if there is a fork at slot 2, if a proposer here proposed to block 2A and block 2B, so some of the validator might vote on the block 2A and some of them might vote on the block 2B, and you have 3 vote for the block 2A and 2 vote for the block 2B. But even though they vote on the different block, because these 2 blocks built on top of the block 1, their vote also affect the block 1 as well. And when you move to the slot T, the proposer of the slot T would use the fork choice rule and see that the block 2A have a higher weight than the block 2B. So it would build its block on top of the block 2A. And this guy would vote for the block T and also affect the block 2A, affect the block 1, but ignore the block 2B. Going to be, and then you keep repeating this step until you reach the slot 32. So when you reach the slot 32, what it mean is that all of the validator have made the vote, like, and the block one is like get all vote from all of the validator, like, because when this guy make a vote, it vote for the block. When this guy make a vote, it vote for this one, and the vote is affect this one as well, like, and this one affect this one, and this one. So when you read the end of the epoch, it is like all of the validator here have made a vote for the block one, right? So you would expect that approximately in order for one slot to get all of the vote from the validator, you have to wait for about 32 slot, right? Okay, this is clear.
Yeah, look good for me. I'm not
Okay.
sure anyone had a question.
Just a quick question for
Mhm.
so far the validators, right? You said
Mhm.
like 1 out of 32, so it's like
Mhm.
randomly assigned or who
Yes,
gonna which.
yes. If you have heard about the land DAO, I'm not sure. It's going to work like this. Land DAO. It is the like pseudo random, like it is the protocol that used to random which validator is going to paste in with which slot, something like that.
So
Okay.
okay, that means we have a very nearly the 1 million validator. It's very quite hard to be the node proposal, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, maybe 2 times or 3 times per year.
Yeah, it's quite rare one.
Got it.
That is why we have like the staking pool, or like the liquid staking that like combine many validator trying to help each other mining the block, something like that,
Yeah.
and share the reward.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if it's clear, I'm going to the next section, the Casper FFG. Okay. Now, okay, this one is the structure that we have discussed in the previous section, like, which is the LMD ghost, like, so while like Pasin say, like a validator get randomly assigned to each slot, like, and each slot will contain about 1/32 of the validator, like, but in fact it have like you in fact in the real operation, this group of validator going to divide further into the committee, if you have heard about it, committee, like, but I'm not going to talk about it here because it might make our life lecture more complex. But I mean, extended from this concept and build the committee is quite easy, and if you are interested, you can dive a bit more, like you have the committee and also the tester, some stuff like that, many complex coordination behind the scene, but I just give you a rough idea. I think it is sufficient for you to understand the whole Ethereum consensus protocol. Like, now, we have mentioned that the ghost, the LDLMD ghost provide the liveness to the Ethereum protocol, like, in the sense that it keep ticking every 12 seconds and producing new slot. Even if a slot is empty, it's going to keep producing and keep producing, and that is why it can ensure the liveness to the protocol, like, and it also can have a fork, like, and also have a fork choice rule how validator vote for the block, and how we assign weight for each block, some stuff like that, that is handled by the LMD ghost, like, now with only the LMD, like, and without the finality, the Ethereum can have a long reorg just like Bitcoin, and that is going to be solved by the Casper FFG. Like now, for the Casper FFG is quite easy. So you have the LMD ghost layer here. Like you can have almost complete layer for the Ethereum consensus protocol, and now you have a Casper FFG building on top that trying to provide the finality for slot in the Ethereum, but there is there is a question like so how often Casper have to finalize a slot? Like do we have to finalize a block every one slot or every 2 slot or every 10 slot or whatever the number? So how often it should finalize a block? Like so to answer this question, we have to go back to the concept of the like safety focused blockchain, like the Tendermint or the Monad BFT, the two-phase voting protocol, to see how often should we finalize the slot, and you will see that it fit quite perfectly in the LMD Ghost protocol. So if you remember, like in the two-phase voting protocol, like the Monad BFT or the Tendermint, it finalize every block. Like every block need to be finalized before we move to the next block or to the next height. Like, and to finalize a block, what's going to happen is that, okay, I will going to focus on the leader centric two-phase consensus protocol, like we have mentioned it so far. So what is going to happen is that there is a proposer here, and proposer create a block, like, and then broadcast a block to all of the validator here. Yeah, this one is all validator, like validator, and then all of the validator here will make a vote, like will cast a vote to the proposer, like, and then the proposer will aggregate the vote and build a quorum certificate and send it to outer validator. So here we have a first voting phase here, like because all of the validator make the first vote, and then after that, when validator receive the quorum certificate, it know that the first voting phase it is already finished. Like it's going to make a second vote, and then make a second vote, and then the proposer will aggregate this vote into a second quorum certificate, and then broadcast it to outer validator again. Like, and then once it receive the second quorum certificate, it can finally finalize the block or can finally commit the block. Like, so you have two voting phase here, and we are trying to map this picture into the LMD Ghost. So how it is going to happen, like, so if you're trying to map them here, so what it means is that in order to finish the first voting phase, like you require all of the validator to vote for the block, like so. And in Ethereum or in the LMD Ghost, if you want all vote from the validator, what you need is that you have to wait. Like you have to wait for one epoch, like in order for all of the validator to have a chance to vote. Like you have to wait for one complete epoch. But if you remember only the first block, like it is only the first block that is going to correspond to the block in this picture. Like, so why is that? Because only the first slot I mean the first block in the epoch, like it going to receive all of the vote from all of the validator in the epoch. Why? Because this one, if you consider the this guy, the block 32 at the slot 32, like it receive only the the vote from the validator for the slot 32, like, and if you consider the slot T, like it receive only the vote from this slot and up to this slot, but it does not receive the vote from slot 2 and slot 1. So only the first slot, like only the first slot is the slot that receive vote from all of the validator in this epoch, like, and this I mean the first slot in the epoch is going to call as a special slot, like call a checkpoint, like, and because this checkpoint, like if you map this one to this one, it's quite similar, like because as I say, it can receive all vote from the validator, and when you map this, like Ethereum also introduced another kind of voting called the Casper FFG vote, and its sole purpose is just that let the validator vote for this checkpoint and trying to commit this checkpoint like the above protocol, like, so what we going to expect is that, I have to mention that it's different from the what is called the LMD ghost in the previous section that we mentioned it. Like in the LMD ghost vote, it's just a vote to assign weight to the fork, and in order for the validator to choose the correct fork, like that is the purpose of the LMD ghost. But the Casper FFG, like the LMD ghost, like this slot will target to vote for this block, this slot target for this slot, like for this slot and for this slot. But for the Casper FFG vote, when the validator assign it to slot 1 vote, it will cast the Casper FFG vote to the block 1, and for the slot 2, it will cast the Casper FFG vote to the block 1, and this one to the block 1. It doesn't cast to this block because it will focus solely on the checkpoint. Okay, so you would have something like this, like this one is one epoch, like one epoch, and this one is the checkpoint, and like the same as this block. So what you have here is that at the end of this one, like at the end of the epoch, this one is going to receive vote from all of the validator here, and it will equivalent to just this first vote, like, so in order to receive another vote from all of the validator, you would have to wait another epoch here. Sorry. You will have to wait for another epoch here in order for this one to receive, like, all of the validator vote again. And you will be able to finalize it. Okay. If I have to say it again, it would be something like this. This one, you wait for the end of the epoch so that all of the validator can vote for the first checkpoint, like for this checkpoint, like, and once at the end of the epoch, if this checkpoint receive more than 2/3 of the Casper FFG vote, you will be able to change the checkpoint into the justified status. like, and after that, when you add the second epoch and it receive more than 2/3 vote again, you can change its status to finalize. So when you check it on the Etherscan, like the unfinalized mean that your protocol have not received the first epoch yet, like, and the unfinalized but safe is equivalent to this one at the end of the epoch 1, and this one change to the justified status, like, and finally is the finalized is appear once, like, you pass to epoch. So any question so far?
All good for me.
Okay.
Good for me too.
Me too.
Okay. So finally, we are going to combine the LMD Ghost and the Casper FFG together, and then going to see the full flow, like, of the Casper. Finally, so the full flow is going to be like this, like, so you have the slot, and each slot now have the 12 second, like, and this one epoch, and then all of the validator is assigned and get spread to this one epoch, like, so each slot have 1/32 of all of the validator, and then when time hit the first slot, there is a proposal appear, and then it propose a new block, like, and this block is going to be the special one because it is the first block of the slot, and we are going to call it a checkpoint, like, and this validator, like, would make a vote for this block, like, so first it will make the LMD ghost vote, like, so you get 5 ghost vote here, and then it also make the Casper FFG vote, like, if you remember, the LMD ghost is just for the fork choice rule, like fork choice rule, just let validator choose which fork they have to follow, like, and for the Casper FFG, it just a vote that let the consensus protocol, like, to finalize the block or the checkpoint. Okay, now when you move to the next slot, you might have, like, 2 forks, like, the proposer might propose two block, 2A and 2B, and then some of the validator would vote for the 2A again, and another set would vote for the 2B, and this one get T and this one get 2, and then because the LMD goes, the vote for this block also affect the block 1, and vote for this block also affect the block 1 as well. That is why you have, like, weight of 10 here and weight of T and 2 here, and then the validator in this slot also make the Casper FFG vote as well, so it target the checkpoint and vote for the block 1, like, and again block T, it would build on top of this fork, like, because it have higher weight than the 2B, so you have the block T here build on top of 2A, and then this validator make the LMD ghost, the weight affect here, and here, like, but does not affect the 2B because T does not build on top of the 2B, like, and again it would do the Casper FFG one to this, and then you keep repeating until you reach the end of the epoch or the slot 32, and then validator vote for the block 32, and then make the Casper FFG vote again. Oh, sorry, this one should be 1. Sorry. And then you have this, the Ghost and the Casper FFG, like, and because this is because the checkpoint get more than 2/3 of the vote from all of the validator. This checkpoint can change to the justified state, but if you remember, it changed to the change to the safe, in the on the Ethereum scan. Now, when you end this epoch, and you begin a new epoch, this validator is going to get reshuffle again, and paid. I mean, if you have 1, 2 validator, if you label 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here, this one, when you reshuffle them, 1 would be here, 2 would be here, 3 would be here, some stuff like that. You have to reshuffle all the validator again. But there is some small problem, when you list this one is going to be the first slot of the second epoch. Sorry. What gonna happen is that if you remember the LMD ghost, and if this guy, which is labeled as 12, make a vote here, what's going to happen is that because it vote for this block and this block, but in the LMD you only consider only the latest vote, so this vote is going to get ignored. If you remember this picture, you only consider the latest vote because the validator get reshuffled. So this means that this guy that have vote for this block, the vote for this block is going to get ignored. So when it get ignored, it's going to get -1, -1, -1. But when you vote here again, it's going to +1 here, +1 here, all to the way here. So I am going to because it have to get you have to decrease some vote and then adding a new one in because validator get reshuffle. So let us make it simple by just fix this guy, and we are not going to touch it because else I have to keep tagging of the label of the validator. Okay, so let us ignore the LMD here, let it be. So now the validator that assigned to the slot 33 going to make a vote for this checkpoint, for the LMD ghost vote, and also the Casper FFG vote as well. But if you remember that this, for the checkpoint to be able to get finalized, in order to get finalized, you have to get 2 voting phase, but you only complete 1 voting phase here. So you need this validator in the epoch 2 to make the another FFG vote for this block as well. So here in the epoch 2, in the epoch 2, the validator have to make 2 FFG vote. The first one is for their checkpoint, and the second one is for the previous checkpoint. And I would label it as Casper 2, the second voting phase. So it have to vote to Casper FFG. And then moving to the slot 34, this guy also make the LMD ghost vote for the 34 slot, and then the vote also affect this one and also affect this vote, and it's going to vote for the Casper FFG 1 for their checkpoint, and also vote for the Casper FFG 2 for their previous checkpoint. Okay, and then keep doing this again and again until you reach the end of the epoch 2. And then finally, because as you can see, this one receive more than 2/3 of the vote, like of this current epoch, and this one receive more than 2/3 of the vote from the next epoch. So you can finalize this guy while justify this epoch. Okay, but that is all for the Ethereum. And in fact, when you get into the real protocol, this one is going to call sort and target vote, some stuff like that. But I am trying to split them to vote because it's quite easy to explain rather than using the complex stuff. Okay. Yeah, and that's it all. Is any question so far?
This is all of your slide, right?
Yeah, this one is the end of the lecture, and that is how the Ethereum working under the hood.
Yeah. Anyone have a question or comment?
I think I'm good. I just probably have to revisit again. Yeah, but for sure.
Yeah.
I almost there, but yeah, just
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
get
think
it.
if you are the Ethereum big fan, if you are the Ethereum fan, you can come to revisit to learning about the Ethereum consensus again. From our recorder. I feel this is the last session for the Ethereum consensus, right?
Yes, this one is
Okay, yeah. Yeah, good. And do you have any spoil for next 2 weeks?
in the next 2 weeks, I think I'm deciding to go for the Sui, the Mid-City version 2 or the
wow. Okay, I got it. Yeah, very excited for the next 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think that's all for today.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised that I can end this live lecture within 1 hour.
Yeah, I think this very deep detail for the behind the scene what's going on the Ethereum consensus. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's all for today. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you guys. If you have
Yeah.
some question, you can drop down in the comment. I will try to
Please
answer
drop
them.
the comment.
Yep.
Got it. Yeah. Thank you very much and goodbye. See you next 2 weeks.
Yeah, see you. Have a good night.
Good night. See you.